I'm devilish glad to see you, my lad. Why, my printed charioteers, you look as hearty. But who the devil have you seen you in Bath?
Sure, master. Sir Anthony, Mrs. Kate, Harry, and the postilion be all come.
Indeed.
I've got another fit of the old gal that's coming to make him a visit. Keep in mind to get the sit and the wet. We're all off at hours warning.
Aye, haste in everything would not be Sir Anthony Absolute.
But tell us, how does young master? Odd. Sir Anthony will stay to see the captain here.
Do you not serve Captain Absolute now?
Why, sure.
At present I'm employed by Ensign Devon.
I doubt, Mr. Fagg, you have changed for the better.
I have not changed, Thomas.
No? Why did you say you had left young master?
No, well, honest, Thomas. I must puzzle you no further. Briefly, then. Captain Absolute and Ensign Beverley are one and the same person.
The devil they are!
So it is indeed, Thomas, and the ensign hath my master being on guard at present. The captain has nothing to do with me.
So, what is this? A freak? A warrant? Do tell us the meaning of Mr. Fagg. You know I trusted you.
You'll be secret, Thomas.
As a coachman.
Why, then the cause of all this is L-O-V-E. Love.
I guess there's a lady in this case. But pray, why does master only pass for ensign? The lowest ranking officer in the army. Sure, if you'd share general indeed.
Thomas, there lies the mystery of the matter. Hark ye, Thomas, my master's in love with a lady of a very singular taste. A lady who likes him better as a half-pay ensign than if she knew he was son and heir, Sir Anthony Absolute. A baronet with 3,000 a year.
That's an odd taste. That's an odd taste indeed. But tell us, Mr. Fagg, has she got stuff? Is she rich, eh? Bravo, faith odd. But does she draw kindly with the captain?
As fond as pigeons.
May one hear her name?
Miss Lydia Languish. There's an old tough aunt in the way, though by the by she's never met my master, for he became acquainted with Miss Lydia while on a visit in Gloucestershire.
Well, I wish they'd both harnessed together in matrimony.
Indeed. Well said. But hold! Mark, Thomas!
Stoops! Is that the captain? Is that the lady with him?
No, that is Lucy, Lydia's maid. They lodge at that house. I must after him to tell him the news.
Odd. He's giving her money. Well, Mr. Fagg.
Goodbye, Thomas. I have an appointment at Goyde's Porch this evening at 8. Meet me there, I'll make a little party.
Indeed, Mum. I've transferred half the town to search for it. I don't believe there's a circulating lobe in Bath I haven't been at.
And you cannot get the reward of constancy?
No, indeed, Mum.
Nor the fatal connection?
No, indeed, Mum.
Nor the mistakes of the heart?
Mum, as ill luck would have it, Mr. Woolsey and Miss Suki Sandra just fetched it away.
Hi-ho. Did you cry for the delicate distress?
No. Or the memories of Lady Woodford. And yes, indeed, I did ask everywhere for it. And I might have bought it from Mr. Frederick. But Lady Slayton Lounger had just sent it back and so soiled the dogs eared it. I didn't think it was fit for a Christian to read.
Hi-ho. Yes, I always know when Lady Slayton Lounger's been before me. She's the most observing thumb, and I do believe cherishes her nails for the convenience of making marginal notes. Well, child, what have you brought me?
Oh, yeah. This is Gorgon Law, this is Persia and Pickle, here are the Tea Sensibility and Humphrey Clinker, and this is the second volume on the Sedimentary Journey.
Hi-ho. Give me the sideboard towel.
Is that in the blue cover?
My smelling bottle is sealed. Oh, someone is coming! Quick, go see who it is! Surely I heard my cousin Julia's voice.
Look, Mum, it's Miss Melville.
Oh, Julia! How delighted am I! How unexpected was this happiness!
True, Lydia, and our pleasure is the greater.
gentle nature will sympathise with me, though your prudence may condemn me. My letters have informed you of my having connection with Beverley. Oh, but I've lost him, Julia! My aunt has discovered our intercourse, but I know she has intercepted and has confined me ever since. Yet would you believe she's fallen completely in love with an Irish baronet she met one night since we've been here at Lady McShuffle's house?
Yes, Lydia.
No, upon my word, she really carries on a kind of correspondence with him under a feigned name until she chooses to be known with him. Delia or Celia, I assure you. Though I must protest that odious aches is to be in Bath today, and I protest I should be teased out of all spirits.
Oh, come, Lydia. Hope for the best.
But you've not heard the worst. Unfortunately, I quarrelled with my dear Beverley just before my aunt found the matter out. And I've not seen him since to make it up.
What was the defence?
Nothing at all. But I don't know how it was. As often as we had been together, we had never had a quarrel, and I was afraid he'd never given me the opportunity. So, I wrote a letter to myself to inform myself that Beverley at that time was out paying his addresses to another woman. I signed a letter in a friend unknown, showed it to Beverley, charged him with his falsehood, put myself in a violent passion about to never see him more.
And you let him depart, so have not seen him since.
It was 3 days since my aunt found the matter out. I only meant to tease him for 3 days and a half. But now I've lost him forever.
If he is as deserving and sincere as you have represented him to me, he shall never give you up so. Yet, consider, Lydia, you say it's but an orson, and you have £30,000.
But you know I lose most of my fortune if I marry without my aunt's consent to live age. And that is what I've determined to do ever since I knew the penalty. Nor could I love a man who would wish to wait a day for the alternative.
Nay, this is caprice.
What? Does Julia tax me with caprice? I thought her love of Falkland had injured her to it.
I do not love even his faults.
But apropos, you have sent to him, I suppose?
Not yet, upon my word, nor has he the least idea of me being in Bath. Sir Anthony's resolution was so sudden I could not inform him of it.
Well, Julia, you are your own mistress, though under the protection of Sir Anthony. Yet have you, for this long year, been a slave to the caprice, the jealousy, the whim of this ungrateful Falkland?
Use of the proper piece of love. He is negligent to little duties expected from a lover. And as it engrosses his whole soul, he expects every thought and emotion of his mistresses to work in unison with his own. And yet he still thinks he is not loved enough. This temper, I must own, has cost me many unhappy hours.
Well, I cannot blame you for defending him, Julia. But tell me candidly, do you think he would ever save you from drowning, you should be attached to him as you are?
Gratitude may have strengthened my attachment to Mr. Falkland, but I loved him before he preserved me. Yet surely that is an obligation sufficient.
Obligation? Why, a water spaniel had done as much. Well, I should never think of marrying a man because he could swim.
Oh, come, Lydia, you're too inconsiderate.
Oh, nay, I do but jest.
Hi, Mum. Sir Anthony absolutely just arrived home with
Oh,
your
no,
aunt.
come in here. Lucy, do you wash?
Yes, I must go. Sir Anthony does not dine here, and if we meet, he'll detain me to show me the town. I must take another opportunity of paying my respects to Mrs. Malaprop, where she can treat me as long as she chooses with her select words, being so ingeniously misapplied without being mispronounced.
Hi, Mum. They're both coming upstairs.
I'll not detain you, dear cuz. I'm sure in haste to send to Falkland. There, through my room you find another staircase. Here, my dear Lucy, quick, hide these books. Drink, Pedro, pick them under the toilet. Throw Roderick round them into the closet. For the innocent adultery is the whole duty of man. First Lord Ainsworth under the chair. Cram over behind the bolster. Lay Mrs. Champagne aside. Leave 4 dice of servants open on the table. Bring me Lord Chesterfield's letters. Now for 'em. Come in.
There, Sir Anthony, there sits the deliberate simpleton who wants to disgrace her family and lavish herself on a fellow not worth a shilling.
Madam, I thought you once...
You thought, miss? I didn't know of any business you have to think at all. Thought does not become a young woman. The point we would request of you is that you promise to forget this fellow, to alliterate him, I say quite from your memory.
Our madam, our memories are independent of our wills. It's not so easy to forget.
But I say it is, miss. But suppose we were going to give you another choice. Will you promise us to give up Miss Beverley? Take yourself to your chamber. You are fit company for nothing but your own ill humours.
Brilliantly, Mum, I cannot change for the worse.
There's a little intricate hussy for you.
What would you have a woman know?
Observe me, Sir Anthony. I would by no means wish a daughter of mine to become a progeny of learning. I don't think so much learning becomes a young woman. For instance, I would never let her meddle with Greek or Hebrew or algebra or simile or fluxions or paradoxes or any other such inflammatory branches of learning. Neither would it be necessary for her to handle of your mathematical, diabolical instruments. But, Sir Anthony, I would send her at 9 years old to a boarding school, and as she grew up, I would have her instructed in geometry, so that she might know something of the contagious countries. But above all, Sir Anthony, she should be a mistress of orthodoxy, so that she might not misspell and mispronounce words so shamefully as girls usually do, and likewise that she might reprehend the true meaning of what she is saying. This, Sir Anthony, is what I would have a woman know, and I don't think there's a superstitious article in it.
Well, Miss Malaprop, I will dispute the point no further with you. Though I must admit you are truly a polite arguer, for almost every third word you say is on my side of the question. But, Miss Malaprop, to the more important point in debate, you say you have no objection to me proposing my son for your niece's affections?
None, I assure you. I'm under no positive engagement with Mr. Akers as Lydia is so obstinate against him. Perhaps your son may have better success.
I will write for the boy directly. He knows not a syllable of this yet, though I had for some time had the proposal in my head. He is currently with his regiment.
We've never seen your son, Sir Anthony, but I have no objection on his part.
Objection? Let him object if he dare.
Well, I shall give Mr. Akers his discharge and prepare Lydia to receive your son's invocations.
Madam, I will handle the subject prudently. Take my advice. Keep a tight hand. If she rejects the proposal, clap her under lock and key. And if you were just to let the servants forget to bring her food for 3 or 4 days. Oh, you can't conceive how she'd come about.
Lucy! Lucy!
Did you call, Mum?
Yes, girl. Did you see Sir Lucius while you were out?
Oh, no, Mum. Indeed, not a glimpse of him.
You are sure, Lucy, that you did not mention...
Oh, Gemini, I'd sooner cut my tongue out.
Well, don't let your simplicity be imposed on.
No, Mum.
So, come to me presently, and I shall give you another letter to Sir Lucius. But mind, Lucy, if you ever betray what you've been entrusted with, unless it be other people's secrets to me, you shall forfeit my benevolence forever.
Anthony came in. I told him you had sent me to inquire after his health and to know if he was at leisure to see you.
What did he say on hearing I was in Bath?
He asked what the devil had brought you here.
Well, sir, and what did you say?
I lied, sir. I forget the precise lie, but you can depend on it. He got no truth from me.
So you have said nothing to him?
I know, sir, not a word. Mr. Thomas, indeed, the coachman.
It's a death, you rascal! You have not trusted him?
Oh, no, sir, not a syllable upon my veracity. I said to recruit. And whether for men, money, or constitution, you know, sir, means nothing to him nor anyone else.
Well, recruit it shall be. Let it be so.
Oh, sir, recruit will do surprisingly.
Is Mr. Falkland returned?
He's above, sir, changing his dress.
Can you tell me whether he's been informed of Sir Anthony and Miss Melville's arrival?
I fancy not, sir. He's seen no one since he came in but his gentleman who was with him at Bristol. I think, sir, I hear Mr. Falkland coming down.
Go, tell him I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Now for my whimsical friend. He does not know that his mistress is here. Tease him a little before I tell him. Ah, Falkland! You returned to Bath again. You're most punctual in your return.
Yes, I had nothing to pay me. Once I finished the business, I went on. Well, what's the use since I left you? How stand matters between you and Lydia?
No, faith, much as they were. I've not seen her since our little argument, but I expect to be recalled every hour.
Well, why didn't you persuade her to go off with you at once?
What? Lose 2/3 of her fortune? No, you forget that, my friend.
Nay then, you trifled too long. If you were sure of her, why to answer your own character? Invite Sir Anthony for his consent.
I must prepare her for the discovery. So then, Falkland, will you be dining with us at the hotel this evening?
Indeed. Only not to such spirits to be such a party.
Oh, for heaven's Falkland, I shall swear your company. In the most teasing, captious, incorrigible lover. Do love like a man.
I own.
Am I not a lover? I am a most teasing one, but yet do I.
Ah, Jack, your heart and soul not like mine. Fix so meaningfully in one only object.
Oh, but for heaven's sake, Falkland, what grounds for apprehension can your whimsical brain conjure up present?
What grounds for apprehension, do you say? Heavens! Are there not 1,000? I fear for her spirit, her health, her life, my absence may fret her, anxiety my return, her fears me may press her dead. And for her health, does not every hour bring me cause to be alarmed? For if it rains, some shower may even then have chilled the delicate frame. And if the wind be keen, some good blast may affect her. The heat of the noon, the Tuesday evening, may endanger the life of her. Oh, my own mind. Ah, Jack, when delicate feeling soul separated, with our aspiration of breeze, when the moon earns, the feature in the sky, that hints some cause for lover's apprehension.
Aye, but we shall choose whether we take the hint or not, yes? So then, Falkland, if you're entirely convinced that your Julie was so alive and well, but then you'd be convinced.
I'm anxious for only that. I should be happy beyond measure.
So then, to cure your anxiety at once, Miss Melville is in fact in Bath this moment.
Nay, Jack, don't trifle with me.
She arrived here this morning with my father.
Can you be serious?
Hollow to pay my hat!
Now nothing on earth would give me a moment's uneasiness.
Sir, Mr. Akers just arrived. It's below.
Oh, stay, Falkland, stay. This Acres lives within a mile of my Sir Anthony. She'll tell you how your Julia has been ever since you left her. Back, show the gentleman up.
What, is he much acquainted in the family?
Oh, he's very intimate. Besides, his appearance will divert you.
Well, I should like to ask him a few questions.
Well, he's likewise a rival of mine, that is, of my other cells. But he thinks that his dear friend Captain Absolute never saw the lady in question. But
Hush. He's here.
Ha! My dear friend, noble Captain Honest Jack, how dost thou? Just arrived in faith as you see. Oh, sir, your humble servant. Oh, well, work on the roads, Jack, hard whips and wheels. I've travelled like a comet with a tail of dust as long as the mall.
ah, Bob, you're indeed an eccentric planet. Mr. Falkland, Mr. Akers.
Sir, I am most heartily glad to see you. Jack, this is what Mr. Falkland would do.
Miss Melville's Mr. Falkland and I, Bob.
Ah, so. She and your father may be just arrived before me. I suppose you've seen them. Ah, Mr. Falkland. You are indeed a happy man.
I've not seen Miss Melville yet, sir. I hope she enjoyed for health and spirits in Devonshire.
Never knew her better in my life, sir. Never better.
You see, Jack, she has the advantage of me. I'm almost fretting myself ill.
Now you are angry at your mistress for not having been sick?
No, you misunderstood me. What, you were praising Miss Melville's... You were saying Miss Melville had been so exceedingly well. What then? Has she been gay, I suppose? Voice and spirits, eh?
Mary, odds crickets. She's been the belle and the spirit of the company wherever she's been. So lively and entertaining. So full of wit and humour.
Full that time to fix my happiness not to trifle her. But she's been dancing too, I doubt not.
What does the gentleman say about dancing?
Oh, he says the lady we speak of dances as well as she sings.
Aye, truly she does. There was at our last race ball.
How
and
the
she-
devil! She's been all health, laugh, song, dance, not thought of me.
Falkland, don't expose yourself so. Suppose she had danced, eh? What then? Doesn't the ceremony of society often oblige?
Well, maybe so. What's, you praise Miss Melville's manner of dancing a minuet, eh?
Oh, I daren't sure for that, sir. But what I was gonna mention was her country dances, odd swimmings. She has such an air with her.
I say, I should not have regarded minuet, the country dances. If there be but one romantic dancing part of Miss Fett, it was spread up at ease. Actors of their poles beat the little lascivious with the jig. Atmosphere becomes electrical to love. And each amorous spark darts through every link of chain. I own, I must leave you. I'm somewhat flurried, and that confounded Luby has perceived it.
Oh, stay, Falkland. Thank Mr. Akers for his such good news.
Damn his news.
Oh, poor Falkland. Not 5 minutes since, nothing on earth could give me a moment's uneasiness.
The gentleman wasn't happy at me praising his mistress, was he?
Oh, was perhaps a little jealous, Bob.
Ah, jealous, you joke.
There's nothing strange in that, Bob, let me tell you, but that sprightly grace and insinuating manner of yours will get you some trouble among the girls here.
Trouble, ha, you joke. Although I am not my own property. My dear Lydia has forestalled me. She can never abide me in the country because I used to dress so badly. But odds, brogues and tambours. I'll make my own clothes no master. Now my mother has no say in it. I'll straight away cashier the hunting frock and render my leather breeches incapable. My hair has been in training for some time. Indeed. And though the side curls are a little restive, my hind part takes to it very kindly.
Now you'll polish, I doubt not.
Absolutely. I propose so. And then when I can find this one Ensign Beverley, odds, flints and triggers, I'll make him know the difference of it.
Sir, there's a gentleman below who desires to see you. Shall I show him into the parlour?
Yes, certainly.
Oh, I must leave you.
Stay, Fag. Who is it?
Your father, sir.
Oh, you puppy. Why don't you show him up directly?
Well, I really must leave, sir. I'll expect a message from Mrs. Malcolm at my lodgings. I've contacted my good friend, Sir Lucius O'Trigger. And you, Jack.
Now for a parental lecture. Hope Sir Antonio has not heard of the business that has brought me here. I wish the gout had held him fast in Devonshire with all my soul. Ah, sir! I'm so delighted to see you, and you're looking so well. Your sudden arrival made me apprehensive for your health.
Very apprehensive, I dare say, Jack. What you recruiting here, eh?
Oh, yes, sir, I'm on duty.
Oh, well, I'm very glad to see you, though I did not expect it. For I was going to write you on a little matter of business. Jack, I've been considering for some time that I grow old and infirm, and shall probably not trouble you for much longer.
Sir, you are good.
And it is my wish, while yet I live, to have my boy make some figure in the world. I have resolved, therefore, to fix you at once in a noble independence.
Let my future life, sir, speak my gratitude.
You shall be master of a large estate in a few weeks.
Sir, you overpower me with your good kindness, but surely, sir, you do not wish me to quit the army.
Oh, that'll be as your wife.
My wife, sir?
Ah, your wife. Settle that between you.
A wife, did you say, sir?
Aye, the wife. Why? Did I not mention her before?
No, sir, not a word.
Oh, so. I mustn't forget her, though. Yes, Jack. The independence I was talking of is by marriage. The fortune settled with the wife, but I suppose that makes no difference.
Sir, you amaze me.
What the devil's the matter with the fool now? Just now you're all gratitude and duty.
Well, I was, sir, but you spoke of a fortune and freedom, not a word of a wife. Pray, sir, who is the lady?
Right, what's that to you, sir? Come, give me your promise to love and marry her directly.
Sure, sir, but this isn't very responsible, summoning my feelings for somebody I know nothing of.
It is more unresponsible to object to a lady you know nothing of.
Then, sir, I must tell you plainly, in this matter I cannot obey. My heart's engaged to an angel's. I must tell you plainly that in this I cannot obey you.
Harkee, Jack. I have listened for quite some time, with patience. I have been cool. Quite cool. But take care. You know I am compliance itself, when I am not thwarted. No one more easily led, when I have my own way. But don't get me in a frenzy.
Sir, I must repeat it, in this I cannot obey you.
Now damn me if I ever call you Jack again while I live.
What, sir? You wish me to link myself to some massive ugliness?
Sound, sirrah! The lady shall be as ugly as I choose. She shall have a hump on each shoulder. Her one eye will roll like the bulls in Constantine. She shall have skin like a mummy and a beard like a Jew. But mark, I'll make you ogle over her all day and stay up all night to write sonnets on her beauty. Mark, I give you 6 hours and a half to consider of this. If you then agree, without any conditions, why,
Confound you. I may in time forgive you. If not, zounds, don't enter the same hemisphere as me. Don't use the same light or breathe the same air as me, but get a hemisphere and a sun of your own. I'll disown you. I'll disinherit you. I'll unget you. And damn me if I ever call you Jack again. Mild, gentle, considerate, father. I kiss your hands. I wonder what massive ugliness Sir Anthony wishes to link himself with.
Assuredly, sir. Our father is wrath to a degree. He comes downstairs 8 or 10 steps at a time, muttering, growling, and thumping the banisters all the way. I and the cook's dog stand bowing at the door, and rap! He gives me a stroke on the head with his cane, bids me carry that to my master, and damns us all for a puppy triumvirate. Upon my credit, sir, were I in your place and found my father such very bad company, I should certainly drop his acquaintance.
Cease your impertinence, sir. Do you bother thinking for nothing more? Stand out of my way.
So, Sir Anthony trims my master. He's afraid to reply to his father.
So, I shall have another rival to add to my mistress's list. Captain Absolute. However, I shall not enter his name till my pairs receive full notice in form. Poor Acres in dismissed. Well, I've done him his last friendly office in letting him know that Beverly was here before him. Wonder where Sir Lucius is. Generally more punctual when he expects to hear from his dear Delia. Well, as he calls her. Wonder why he ain't here. Anyway, I do have a little scrumple of conscience from all this to see, though I should not be paid so well if my hero knew that Delia was near 50 and her own mistress.
My little ambassadors. From my conscience, I've been looking for it. I've been on the south road this half hour.
Oh, Gemini, I've been waiting for your worship here on the north.
Well, but my little girl, have you got nothing for me?
Yes, but I have. Got a letter for you.
Oh, fair.
In my pocket.
I guessed you wouldn't come empty-handed. But let me see what the dear creature says.
There's Sir Lucius.
Sir, there is often a sudden incentive impulse in love that has a greater induction than years of domestic combination. Such was the commotion I felt at the first superfluous view of Sir Lucius O'Trigger. Very pretty, upon my word. Female punctuation forbids me to say more, yet let me add that it will give me joy infallible to find Sir Lucius worthy of the last criterion of my affections. Delia. Upon my conscience, Lucy, your lady is great mistress of the language. Faith, she's quite the queen of the dictionary. For a devil a word there if he was coming at her call. Though one would think it was quite out of hearing.
Aye, sir, a lady of her experience.
Experience? What, 17?
Aye, true, sir, but then she reads so. My stars, how can she read offhand?
Oh, Faith, she must be very deep-read to write this way. If your mistress ever talks of me, tell her I'll make her the best husband in the world and Lady O'Trigger into the bargain. But we must get the old gentlewoman's consent and do everything fairly.
Sir Lucius, I thought you weren't rich enough to be so nice.
Upon my word, young woman, you have hit it. I'm so poor that I cannot afford to do a dirty action. If I did not want money, I'd steal your mistress, hand her a fortune with a great deal of pleasure. However, my pretty girl, here's a little something to buy your ribbons. And meet me this evening, I'll give you an answer to this. So, hussy, take a kiss beforehand to put you in mind.
Oh, Sir Lucius, never seen such a gentleman.
If your mistress ever asks you whether Sir Lucius ever gave you a kiss, tell her 50, my dear.
You'd have me tell her a lie?
Oh, then you baggage. I'll make it a truth presently.
For shame now someone's coming.
Oh, Faith, I'll quiet your conscience.
So, ma'am, I humbly beg pardon.
Oh, thank you do flurry one, say.
Come, Lucy, here's no one by. So a little less simplicity with a grain or two more sincerity, if you please. You play false with this, madam. I saw you give the baronet a letter. My master shall know this, and if he doesn't call him out, I will.
You gentlemen's gentlemen are so hasty. That was a letter from Miss Malaprop. Simpleton. She is taken with Sir Lucius's address.
Why, what taste some people have. I suppose I've walked past her window 100 times. But what says our young lady? Any message to my master?
I'm afraid so, Fag. Sad news. A worse rival than Acres. Sir Anthony Absolute has proposed his son.
What, Captain Absolute?
Even so, I overheard it all.
Very good, Faith. Goodbye, Lucy. I must away with this news.
You may laugh, but it's true, I assure you. And tell your master not to be cast down by this.
Oh, he'll be so disconsolate.
And charge your master not to think of quarrelling with young Absolute.
Never fear, never fear.
Just beard him up, keep up his spirits.
We will, we will.
'Tis just as Fang told me. My father is plotting for me to marry the very girl I'm planning to run away with. But you must not know of my connection with her for yet a while. Obstinate, passionate, self-willed boy. Who can he take after? I'll die sooner than forgive him. Now for a penitential face.
Hello, get out of my way.
So, penitent for you.
I see an impudent scoundrel before me.
A sincere penitent, sir. I've come to acknowledge my error and submit myself entirely to your will.
What's that? Well, sir? Well, puppy?
The reflection of my thoughts is a resolution, sir, to submit every inclination to your satisfaction.
Why now? You talk sense. Absolute sense. Confound you, you shall be Jack again.
I am happy in the appellation.
Why now, Jack? I will now inform you of who the lady is. Nothing but your passion and violence prevented me from telling you before. Prepare, Jack. What think you of Miss Lydia Languish?
What, the languishes of Worcestershire?
Languishes of Worcestershire? Zounds, no! Did you never meet Miss Malaprop and her niece, Miss Languish?
Languish? Malaprop? I can say that I've never heard the names before, so it stays there. I believe there's something going on. Language, did you say? Language? A little redhead girl? She squints. Squint? Redhead girl sounds? No!
Jack, what think you of blooming, love-breathing 17?
Well, as to that, sir, I am quite indifferent, sir.
What? But Jack! Oh, her voice, her eyes, oh Jack, her lips.
That's she indeed. Well done, old gentleman. Ah.
But Jack, you are not sorry to find your mistress is so beautiful?
Well, sir, if I can please you in the matter, 'tis all I desire.
I've a great mind to marry her myself.
Well, sir, I'm entirely at your disposal.
Come, get along. I'll write for Miss Malaprop and you shall visit the lady directly.
Oh, pray, sir, where does she lodge?
What a dull question. Just upon the grove here.
They told me Julia would return directly. Oh, I wonder she had not yet come. I'm ever unjustly perfect. I'm madly captious, unconscious of it, and I cannot correct myself. Ah, what tender, honest joy sparkled in her eyes when we first met. She's coming, yes. I know the nimbleness of her tread. When she thinks so impatient, Falkland counts the moments of her stay.
And I hope to see you again so soon. You've taken something to kill. You must not conceal from me what it is.
Well, Julia, shall I own to you that my joy of hearing your health and life here, your neighbour Acres, is somewhat damped by as much dwelling on the high spirits you enjoyed in Devonshire, your mirth, your singing. And I know not what, Julia, such is my temper, that I shall not regard every mirthful moment in my absence as a treatancy to constancy. The mutual tear that steals down the parting lover's cheeks is a compact that no smile shall live there again.
Must you never cease to take my Falkland with this tiny minute caprice? Cannot I report to such a silly fool weighing your breast against my tried affection?
They have no weight with them, Julia. No. I'm happy you've been so. Yet, only say. Say you thought of Falkland in the dance. Say you did not sing with mirth.
I could never be happy for absence.
Oh, you were ever all goodness to me. Oh, I am a brute.
If ever, without such cause from you, which I would suppose possible, you find my affection veering but a point, may I become a proverbial scoff for levity and base ingratitude.
That last word is grated to you, Julia. I wish I had an entire restitution. Search your heart, Julia. How could you be mistaken for love, but warm with confusion of two faithful hearts?
For what quality must I love you? Oh, I see you are determined to be unkind. The contract which my poor father bound us in gives you more than a lover's privilege. Let us be free as to strangers from mortis part. My heart will not feel more liberty.
There now, Julia. I'm anxious to be free. If your love will fix another for me, you will not lose your hold, even if I wished it.
Oh, you torture me to the heart. I cannot bear it.
It is, Julia. Stay for a moment. Yet I deserve it. But after so long an absence, to quarrel with a penance.
Your being Sir Anthony's son, Captain, would itself be sufficient accommodation.
Permit me to say, madam, that it is my chief induction in this affair to be the honour of being allied to Mrs. Malaprop, whose elegant manners and unaffected learning, no tongue is silent.
Sir, you do me the infinite honour. I beg, Captain, you'll be seated. Sir, you overpower me with good breeding. He is the very pineapple of politeness. You are not ignorant, Captain, that this giddy girl has somehow contrived to fix her affections upon a beggarly, strolling, eavesdropping ensign, whom none of us have seen and nobody knows anything of. I thought she had persisted from corresponding with him, but behold, this very day I've interceded another letter from the fellow. I believe I have it here in my pocket.
Oh, the devil, it's my last note.
Aye, here it is.
My last note indeed. Traitorous Lucy.
Then, perhaps you may know the writing.
I believe I've seen this hand before.
Nay, but read it, Captain.
My soul's idol, my adored Lydia. Very tender indeed.
Tender eye and profane too. Oh, my conscience.
I am excessively alarmed at the intelligence that you bring me, the more so as my new rival
That's you, sir.
has universally the character of being an accomplished gentleman and a man of honour. Oh, that's handsome enough.
The fellow had some design in writing so.
That he had, ma'am. I'll answer for him.
Go on a little further. You'll see presently.
As for the old weather-beaten she-dragon who guards you, well, who can he mean by that?
Me, sir! Me! It's me there! What do you think now? But go on a little further.
Impudent scoundrel. It shall go hard, but I shall elude her vigilance. As I'm told that the same ridiculous vanity which makes her dress up in coarse features, deck a dull chap with the words she don't understand.
There, an attack upon my language. What do you think of that? An aspersion upon my parts of speech. Was ever such a brute? Sure, if I reprehend anything in this world, to the use of my oracular tongue and a nice derangement of epitaphs.
Deserve to be
tongue and quartered. Well, let me see. Same ridiculous vanity.
You need not read it again, sir.
Oh, I beg your pardon, ma'am. Does also lay her open to the grossest flattery and pretended admiration. Impudent coxcomb.
Did you ever hear anything like it? Elude my vigilance, will he? Yes, he's very likely to enter these doors. We'll try who will plot best.
Well, pray, madam, may I see the lady for a while?
Why? I don't know. I doubt she's not prepared for a visit of this kind. There is decorum in these matters.
Of course, she won't mind me. Only tell her Beverly.
Sir! What did you say of Beverly? Well, I'll go at once and tell her who it is. She shall know that Captain Absolute has come to wait her, and I'll make her behave as becomes a young woman.
As you please, ma'am.
For the present, Captain, your servant... Oh, you've not done nothing yet. I see.
Oh.
Elude my vigilance.
One might think that I must throw up all disguise and seize my prize with security. But such is Lydia's caprice. To want to deceive her, but probably to lose her. I'll see whether she knows me.
Oh, what a scene am I now to go through? Surely nothing could be more worse than to be obliged to listen to the loathsome addresses of strangers to one's house. I've heard of girls persecuted as I am, who have appealed on behalf of their favoured lover to the generosity of his rival. There stands a hated rival, and an officer too. Oh, but how unlike my poor Beverly. Truly, he seems a very negligent wooer, quite at ease. Upon my word. I'll speak first. Captain Absolute?
Madam?
Oh, heavens, Beverly! I'm so astonished and so terrified and so overjoyed. For heaven's sake, Beverly, how came you here?
Briefly, contriving on hearing that my rival was to come here this evening, I passed myself off as Captain Absolute.
Oh, charming. My aunt really takes you for the young Absolute.
She's convinced of it. But now what a life will she lead, eh? If she holds out now, the devil is in it.
Oh, how persuasive are his words. How charming poverty will be with him. Now, could I fly with him to the Antipodes? But my persecution has got me come to a crisis.
I'm impatient to know how the little hussy deports herself.
So pensive Lydia, is now your warmth abated?
Warmth abated? So she has been in a passion, I suppose.
No, nor can ever while I have life.
Why, the ill-tempered little devil, she'll be in a passion all her life, will she?
Think not the idle threats of my ridiculous aunt can ever have any weight with me.
Very dutiful, upon my word.
Let her choice be Captain Absolute, but Beverly is mine.
I'm astonished at her assurance. To his face, this to his face.
Thus, let me enforce my suit.
Poor young man, down on his knees entreating for pity. I can contain no longer. Why thou vixen, I have overheard you.
Confound her vigilance.
Captain Absolute, I know not how to apologise for her shocking rudeness.
So all's good, I find her up. I hope time will find the young lady.
There is nothing to be hoped for from her. She's as headstrong as an allegory on the banks of the Nile.
Nay, Matthew, what do you charge me with now?
Why, thou unblushing rebel, did you not tell this gentleman to his face that you loved another better? Did you not say that you would never be his?
No, madam, I did not.
Good heavens, what assurance! Lydia, you ought to know that lying don't become a young woman. Did you not boast that Beverly, that stroller Beverly, possessed your heart? Tell me that, I say.
'Tis true, ma'am, and none but dear Beverly.
Hold, assurance, you shall not be so rude.
Madam, let the lady speak. It does not offend me in this slightest, let me tell you.
You are too good, Captain, too amiably patient. Come with me, miss. We shall see you again soon, Captain. Remember what we have fixed.
May every blessing wait to my loved Beverly, my...
Hussy, I'll choke the word in your throat. Come along, come along.
Oh, David, don't you think I become it so?
You are quite another creature. Believe me, master, by the mass.
Dress does make a difference, David.
It is all in all, I think, different. Why, when you were to go down to Clod Hall, I'm certain that the old lady wouldn't know you. Master Butler wouldn't believe his own eyes, and Mrs. Pickle would cry, Lord preserve me! Our dairy maid would come giggling to the door, and I warrant, Dolly Tester, your honour's favourite, would
Oons, I hold a gallon narrator dog in the house that would bark, and I question whether Phyllis would wag a hair of her tail.
There's truly nothing like a polishing, David.
So I says of you on his boots, but the boy never heeds me.
David, has Mr. Dillard Grace been here? I must practice my chasing and boring.
I'll call again, sir.
Do, and see if there are any letters for me at the post office.
I will. By the mass.
Sink, slide, coupe. Oh, damn the first inventors or cotillions. Them outlandish old mans are like algebra to our country legs. No, mine are true born English legs. I can walk a minuet when I'm easy and when I'm forced. And I've been known for my country dances, but not their French lingo. Their pa this and pa that and pa the other.
Here's Sir Lucy so triggered to wait on you, sir.
Sure enough.
Mr. Akers, I'm delighted to embrace you.
Oh, my dear Sir Lucius, I kiss your hands.
Pray, my friend, what has brought you so suddenly to Bath?
Faith, I follow Cupid's jack-o'-lantern and find myself in quagmire at last. In short, Sir Lucius, I've been very ill-used. I choose not to mention names, but look upon me as a very ill-used gentleman.
Pray, what is the case? I ask no names.
Why, I fall as knee-be deep in love with a young lady. Her friends take my part. I follow her to Bath, send word of my arrival, and receive answer that she is to be otherwise disposed of. This, Sir Lucius, I call being very ill-used.
Very ill, upon my conscience. Pray, can you divine the cause of it?
Why, there's the matter. She has another lover, a one Ensign Beverley, who I am told is now in Bath.
Another rival in the case, is there? And do you think he has supplanted you unfairly?
Unfairly? To be sure he has. He could never have done it fairly.
Then surely you know what is to be done.
Not I, upon my soul.
We wear no swords here, but do you understand me?
Oh, fighting?
Aye, what can I mean else?
But he's given me no provocation.
I think he has given you the greatest provocation in the world. Can a man commit a more heinous offence against another than fall in love with the same woman? Oh, by my soul, it is the most unpardonable breach of friendship.
Breach of friendship, aye, but I have no acquaintance with the man. I never saw him in my life.
That's no argument at all. He has a lesser right than to take such a liberty.
Egad, that's true, Sir Lucius, but couldn't I strive to have a little right on my side?
What the devil signifies right when your honour is concerned? Do you think my little Achilles or Alexander the Great ever inquired where the right lay? No, by my soul! They left their lazy sons at home to settle the justice of it.
Aye, that's true. I think a man can have a kind of valour in him and not know it. A kind of courage, rising as it were.
We had Blunderbuss Hall here, I could show you a range in ancestry. In the old trigger line. That would furnish the new room and everyone of whom had killed his man. Though the mansion house and dirty acres have slipped through my fingers, and I thank heaven our honour the family pictures are as fresh as ever.
Aye, Sir Lucius, but I've had ancestors too. Every one of them colonel or captain in the militia. Say no more. I'm braced for it. Your words have soured the milk of human kindness in my breast. Oh, as the man in this play says, I could do such deeds.
Come, there must be no passion at all in this.
No passion, Sir Lucius, but I must be in a passion. Oh, dear Sir Lucius, I must be in a rage. Let me be in a rage if you love me. Come. Let me begin with an oath. Oh, dear Sir Lucius, let me begin with a damn.
No. Begin the thing decently and like a Christian. Begin now. Sir,
Oh, that's too feeble by half.
to prevent the confusion that might arise
Well?
from our both addressing the same lady,
Aye, there's the reason.
I shall expect the honour of your company.
Sounds, I'm not asking him to dinner.
Pray, Be easy.
Well, honour of your company.
To settle our pretensions,
Well,
let me see. Aye, Kingsmead Fields. In Kingsmead Fields.
aye, well, that's done. I'll fold it up presently. My own crest, a hand and a dagger, shall be the seal.
Now you see, that little explanation will put a stop at once to all misunderstanding and confusion that might arise between you.
Aye, we fight to prevent any future misunderstanding.
Now I'll leave you to fix your own time, and take my advice, and you'll decide this evening if you can, to be off your mind tomorrow.
Aye, very true.
So, I shall see nothing more of you unless agreed by letter. I would do myself the honour of carrying your message, but to let you in a little secret, I believe I shall have a little affair on my own hands. You see, a gay captain here put a jest on me lately, at the expense of my country. And I only want to fall in with the gentleman, to call him out.
Aye, but Sir Lucius, I'd like to see you fight for Bow. I'd like to see you kill him, if it were just to get a little lesson.
I shall be very proud of instructing you, well, for the present. But remember now, when you meet your antagonist, do everything in a mild and agreeable manner. Let your courage be as keen, yet at the same time as polished as your sword.
Then by the master, I would do no such thing. Never a seducer so trigger in the kingdom to make me fight when I wasn't so minded.
Oh, but David, you should have heard Sir Lucius. He would have roused your valour.
Not he, indeed. I hate such bloodthirsty comrades. Look ye, master, if you had once about a boxing, quarterstaff, or short staff, I'd never be the man bid you cry on. But for all your careless sharps and snaps, I never knew any good to come of them.
But my honour, David. I must be very careful of my honour.
Aye, and in return, I think my honour could do no less than be very careful of me.
My ancestors, David. Think what it would be to disgrace my ancestors.
Hence the case. I was a gentleman, which they got no mistake me. Well, my honour makes me quarrel with another gentleman of my acquaintance. So it's fine. That's enough of that. Boy! A killing! What's my luck? Now, pray who gets the profit of it? Why my honour? Now, hence the case that he kills me. By the mass. I go to the worms, and my honour wins over to my enemy.
No. Odds, crowns, and laurels. In that case, your honour goes with you to the grave.
Now that's just the place I can make a shift to do without it.
As I said before, David, my ancestors. What would it be to disgrace my ancestors?
Under favour, the surest way of not disgracing them is to stay as long as you can out of their company. To go to them with such haste with an answer laid in your brains, I think should might as well be let alone.
Well, David, I've sent for my dear friend Jack Absolute to carry this message for me.
Aye, I'm the name of mischief. Let him be the messenger. For my part, I will lend a hand to it for the best horse in your stable. Don't look like another letter. It is, as I may say, a designing, a malicious-looking letter. And I warrant it smells of gunpowder, like a soldier's pouch.
You haven't the valour of a grasshopper.
Well, I say no more. 'Twill be sad news, to be sure. That cottle, but I had done. Oh, how Phyllis will howl when she hears of it. I, the poor bitch. She little knows what shooting her master's going after. And I warrant old Crop, your horse, who has carried your runner, field, and road, these days, will curse the hour he was born.
No, it won't do, David. No, out while I'm in the mine.
Goodbye, master. Well, heaven send we all be alive this time tomorrow.
What's that, David? Oh, don't put me off.
Oh.
What's the matter, Bob?
If I had the valour of St. George to boot.
But what's this all about, Bob? What's this got to do with me? To Ensign Beverley? What the devil is this?
It's a challenge.
indeed, but you won't fight him, will you, Bob?
Jack, I will. Sir Lucius has wrought me to it.
Yes, Bob. What does this have to do with me?
Well, as I think you may know something of this gentleman, I'll ask you to take this challenge for me.
I will.
Now, I need to have a reputation. A name.
You wish to be called something
Aggressive.
I shall tell you, and I shall tell them, that in the country, they call you Fighting Fighting the Fighting Bob.
Aye! Do! And egad, if you tell them that, maybe they won't come. So tell them I generally kill a man or two a week. Won't you, Jack?
I will. I shall say that you're a determined dog, you will.
Aye, and mention that you never saw me in such a large rage, a most devouring rage.
I will.
Remember, Jack, determined dog.
Aye. Fighting Bob.
Why thou perverse one? Tell me what thou can object to him. Is he not a handsome man? Tell me that. A genteel man? A pretty figure of a man?
She little thinks whom she is praising. So is Beverly, Ma.
No comparisons, miss, if you please. Comparisons don't become a young woman. No, Captain Absolute is indeed a fine gentleman.
Aye, the Captain Absolute you have seen. Ooh, her enraged will be presently when she discovers her mistake.
Sir Anthony and Captain
Show them up here. Now, Lydia, I insist on you behaving as becomes a young woman. Show your good breeding at least, though you've forgotten your duty.
Madam, I've already told you my resolution. Not only shall I give him no encouragement, but I won't even speak to or look at him.
Lydia, rise! I beseech you, pay your respects.
Now, Jack, speak to her.
Sorry, sir?
Speak to her.
What the devil am I supposed to do? But you see, sir, she won't even turn around once you're here, but please, sir, please leave.
I wonder I hadn't heard my aunt exclaim yet. Perhaps the regimentals are alive and she is something blind.
I say, sir, I won't stir a foot yet.
I'm sorry to say, Sir Auntie, my affluence over my niece is very small.
Turn around, Lydia, I'd blush for you.
Sounds, Sirrah, why don't you speak?
Seems as though my lover seems as little inclined to conversation as myself. Oh, how strangely blind my aunt must be.
Go on, speak to her directly.
Madam? You see, sir, I'm so confounded and so confused. The tremor of my passion entirely takes away the presence of my mind.
But it don't take away your voice, fool, does it? Go up and speak to her directly.
Be not surprised, my Lydia. Suppress all surprise.
'Tis my Beverly's voice. Sure you can't have imposed on Sir Anthony too.
Is it possible? Beverly!
Ah,
How
it's
can
all
this
over.
be?
Beverly? Good devil, Beverly. What can the girl mean? This is my son, Jack Absolute.
Oh, for shame, Hussy, for shame. Your head runs so on that fellow that you have him always in your eyes. Beg Captain Absolute's pardon directly.
I see no Captain Absolute but my beloved Beverly.
Sounds the girl's mad. Her brain's turned by reading.
Oh, my God. I believe so. What do you mean by Beverly, Hussy? You saw Captain Absolute before today. There he is, your husband that shall be.
Oh, she's as mad as Bedlam. Or has this fellow been playing us a rogue's trick? Come here, sirrah.
Who the devil are you?
Wait, sir, I cannot remember myself, but give me a moment to recollect.
Are you my son or not? Answer for your mother, you dog, if you won't for me.
Aye, sir, who are you? Oh, my conscience, I begin to suspect.
You powers of impudence befriend me. Most assuredly, sir, I am your wife's son, and believe myself to be yours also. And my duty has always shown this. Mrs. Malaprop, I am your most respectful nephew, and may I add, admirer. I need not tell my Lydia that she sees her Beverly, but knowing the single generosity of her temper, provided a station and a name which has proved a test of most disinterested love, he now wishes to enjoy on a more elevated character.
Oh, so there'll be no elopement after all.
Zounds, Jack, you are a very impudent fellow. To do you justice, I never saw a piece of more consummate assurance.
Well, sir, you compliment me, but 'tis my modesty, sir. My modesty that stood in my way.
Ah! What? Languishes of Worcestershire, eh? Ah, you dissembling villain. If I could do you justice is all I desired. What? What? She squints, does she? A little red-haired girl? Ah, you pox! I want you ain't ashamed to hold up your head.
Oh, Sir Anthony, a new light breaks in upon me. Hey, how, what, Captain? Did you write those letters? Am I to thank you for the elegant compilation of old weather-beaten she-dragon? Was it you that reflected upon my parts of speech?
Dear sir, my modesty will be overpowered if you do not come assist me.
Come, Miss Malaprop, we must forgive and forget.
Odds life.
So much thought bodes me no good. So grave, Lydia.
Sir?
That monosyllable froze me. Come, we must lay aside a little romance and perhaps a little wealth, and love may come after all. We must endure our friends' consent.
Friends consent indeed.
Well then, we must leave your fortune to the lawyers, and
Lawyers, I hate them.
well, we shall not be boded by the endless forms and simply acquire the correct license.
License,
Madam.
Oh, what signifies kneeling when I know I must have you? The interest you had there acquired a mean, unmanly imposition and deserves the persecution of fraud. What, you are treating me like a child, humouring at my romance and laughing, I suppose, at your success?
You wrong me, Lydia.
Oh, so while I fully imagined we were deceiving my relations and flattered myself that I should outwit and incense them, but behold, my hopes have been crushed by my aunt's consent and approbation, and I myself the only dupe at last. Oh, there's no bearing his insolence.
Come, we must interrupt your bidding and cooing a while.
This is worse than your treachery and deceit, you base ingrate.
Sounds, Miss Malaprop, this is the oddest billing and cooing I ever heard. But what the deuce is the meaning of it? I am quite astonished.
Ask the lady, sir.
I'm quite analysed for my part. Why, Lydia, what is the reason for this?
Ask the gentleman.
Zounds, Jack, you're not cut out to be anyone else, are you?
Aye, sir. There's no more trick, is there? You are not like Cerberus, 3 gentlemen at once, are you?
But you won't let me speak. I say the lady can account for this much better than I can.
Madam, you once commanded me to never think of Beverley again. Now I obey you. But from this moment, I renounce him forever.
Oh, mercy and miracles! What a turn here is! Why, surely, sir, Captain Absolute, you have not behaved disrespectfully towards my niece.
Now I see it. You've been too lively, Jack. Pray. God, don't make excuses. Your father was like that before you. It runs in the blood of the Absolutes.
Sir, my orders, good.
Come. Why, poor little Lydia, you frightened her, you dog, you have.
Sir.
Oh, come. Miss Malaprop shall make your peace. You must make his peace, Miss Malaprop. Tell Lydia 'tis Jack's way. 'Tis all our ways. It runs in the blood of the family. Come, Jack. Miss Malaprop, a young villain.
Oh, Sir Anthony! Oh, fie, Captain!
I wonder where this Captain Absolute hides himself. Is this Captain coming? Faith, it is. There's a probability of succeeding about that fellow that is mighty provoking. Who the devil is he talking to?
To what extent have I been plotting? Is this the reward for all my scheming? A little gypsy? I didn't think our romance would make us so absurd. I could never be in the worst humour. I'd cut my own throat or anybody else's would give me the greatest of pleasure.
Oh, Faith, I'm in luck of it. I could never have found in a sweeter temper for my purpose. With regard to that matter, Captain, I beg leave to differ in opinion with you.
Oh, upon my word, sir, you must be a very subtle disputant, because I happen to be giving no opinion at all.
That's no reason. But give me leave to tell you, a man may think an untruth as well as speak one.
Very true, sir. But if a man does not speak his opinion, he might stand a chance of escaping controversy.
Then, sir, you differ in opinion with me, which amounts to the same thing.
Hark ye, Sir Lucius, if I did not know you to be a gentleman already, or not discovered it at this interview, for what purpose do you stand? Of course, unless you wish to quarrel.
I humbly thank you, sir, for the quickness of your apprehension, for you've named the very thing I would be at.
Well then, I shall not incline of your motives.
Pray, be easy. The quarrel is a very pretty quarrel as it stands. We should only spoil it by trying to explain it. However, you have a very short memory, otherwise you would not have forgotten a front you passed on me within the week. So no more, but name your time and place.
Well, it's the same to you. The sooner the better. Spring Gardens, we shall scarcely be interrupted.
If it's the same to you, Captain, I'd take it as a particular kindness if you would let us meet in Kingsmead Fields. There's a little business, will call me there about 6 o'clock. And I would be able to dispatch both matters at once.
'Tis the same to me, exactly. Pray, 6 it shall be. We shall discuss the matter more seriously.
Also, there will be very pretty small sword lies. That won't do for a long shot. So, that matter's settled and my mind's at ease.
What do we source you? On the whole, to wind up a good-natured old Irish gentleman and have him beg leave the pleasure of cutting my throat. Which means oblige him, that's all.
If ye be serious.
'Tis fact indeed. So Lucius O'Trigger, you know him by some affront. Well, for some reason that I cannot have intended, wished to meet me here at 6. On this account, I wish to see you. You must go with me.
Nay, there must be some mistake. Sir Lucius will explain himself, I'm sure, and I dare say matters be accommodated. But this evening, did you say? Oh, I wish it had been any other time. But I myself am a good deal ruffled by a difference I have had with Julia. My vile, tormenting temper made me treat her so cruelly, and I shall not be myself until we're reconciled.
Oh, what for heaven's sake, Falkland, you don't deserve her.
Oh, this is From Julia. Oh, I dread to open it. I fear it may be to take a last leave, or bid me turn her letters. Oh, how I suffer my folly.
Here then. Aye, 'tis a final sentence indeed. 'Tis all over with you, Faith.
Hey, don't keep me in suspense.
Here then. As I am convinced that my dear Falkland's own reflections have already upbraided him for my last unkindness to me, I will not add a word to the subject. I wish to speak with you as soon as possible. Yours and ever truly, Julia. Less dominance and resentment for you.
Yes, I am. But,
Confound your buts, sir! When you hear something that would make a man the wit the happier, you can instantly confound it with a but. Have some business at my lodgings. Pray, be there at my lodgings at 6. Remember, 6 at my lodgings.
he's engaging me in this duel. A startful idea in my head, which I will instantly pursue. I'll use it as a touchstone of Julia's sincerity and disinterestedness. If her love prove pure and sterling all, my name will resonate with honour. And once I've stamped it there, I'll lay aside my doubts forever. But if the dross of selfishness, the allied pride predominate, it would be best to leave us toy of some most cautious will side.
How this message has alarmed me. Wonderful acts do mean. Why such charge to be alone? Oh, Falkland. How many unhappy moments, how many tears have you cost me? What is this? Why this caution, Falkland?
Alas, Julia, come to take a long farewell.
Heavens, what do you mean?
You see before you whose life you forfeited. Nay, start not. The infirmity of this temper has drawn all this misery on me. I left you fretful and passionate. An untoward accident drew me into a quarrel. The event is, I must fly this kingdom and slow. Oh, Julia, had I been so fortunate to call you mine entirely before this mischance upon me, I would not deeply dread my banishment.
But let us not linger. Perhaps it's delay.
It would be best. I'll not venture out on dark again. But yet, I'm grieved to think what numberless distresses press heavily on the delicate disposition.
Perhaps your fortune may be forfeited by this unhappy act. I know not whether 'tis so. But surely that alone can never make us unhappy. The little I have should be sufficient to support us both. And exile should never be splendid.
Oh, Julia, I approve you to quit, and with this useless device, I'll throw away all my doubts forever. But how shall I plead to be forgiven this last unworthy effect of my restlessness?
Had no such disaster happened, you related.
I'm ashamed to own to Julia that it was all pretended. Yet, in pity, Julia, do not kill me with the relenting fault, which never can be repeated. Let me tomorrow, in the face of heaven, receive my guide for future monstrous, and expiate my past years' fault by years of tender adoration.
Hold, Falkland, that you were freed from a crime which before I feared to name. Heaven knows how sincerely I rejoice, but that your cruel doubt should have urged me to such an imposition that would now wring my heart gives me a pang more keenly than I could express.
By heaven,
All
sir.
I request of you is that you will yourself reflect upon this infirmity, and when you number up the many true delights it has deprived you of, let it not be your least regret that it lost you the love of one who had followed you beggary through the world.
She's gone. There was an awful resolution in the matter. Oh, fool, dolt, barbarian! Cursed as I am with more imperfections than my fellow wretches. Unfortunately, sent me a gifted cherub to my aid, and like a ruffian, I've driven her from my side. I must make haste. My mind is tuned for such an occasion.
Hi-ho, don't reduce me so. This fellow runs strangely in my head. I believe one that took from my grave cousin will make me recall it. Oh, look, what's got my aunt here?
So, here's fine work, here's fine suicide, parricide simulations going on in the fields, and Sir Anty not to be found to prevent the antistrophe.
For heaven's sake, Fanny, what is the meaning of this?
That gentleman there can tell you, 'twas he that developed the affair to me.
But do so, will you inform us?
Ma'am, I should hold myself very deficient in every requisite that forms a man of breeding, if if I delayed one moment to give all the information in my power to a lady so deeply interested in the matter as you are.
But quick, sir.
True, Mum. One should be quick when divulging in matters of this nature, for should we be tedious, perhaps, whilst we were flourishing on the subject, 2 or 3 lives may be lost.
Oh, patience. Madam, for heaven's sake, will you tell us what is the matter?
What mad is the matter? Slaughter's the matter? Killing's the matter? But he can tell you the perpendiculars.
Then prithee, sir, be brief.
Why then, Mum, as to murder, I cannot take it upon me to say. As to slaughter, or manslaughter, that shall be as the jury finds it.
But who is engaged in this, sir?
Faith, Mum, one is a young gentleman whom I should be very sorry anything was to happen to.
But who is this, sir? Who? Who?
My master, Mum. My master. Speak of my master.
What, oh heavens, Captain Absolute?
To be sure, you're frightened now.
Who is with him, sir? As to this, which gentleman can inform me best than I?
Do you speak, friend? Look here, my lady. By the maps, there's mischief going on. Folks don't need to be moved up with. Fire arm, fire engines, fire screens, fire office, fire locks, and the devil knows what other crackers besides. This, my lady, I say, hasn't anything to favour. Who is with him there? Besides Captain Absolute, friend? My poor master. I'm the favour for mentioning him first. You know me, my lady. I'm David. And my master, of course, is, or was, Squire Akers. Then comes Squire Faulkner. Oh, do, Mum, let us instantly endeavour to prevent mischief.
Oh, it would only be very inelegant of us. We should only participate things.
Ah, do so. And save a few lives. They're desperately given. And above all, there is that bloodthirsty Philistine, Sir Lucius O'Trigger.
Sir Lucius O'Trigger? Oh, mercy! Have they drawn poor little dear Sir Lucius into the scrape? Why, how you stand, girl. You have no more feeling than one of the Derbyshire putrefactions.
Oh, but what are we to do, madam?
To fly with the utmost felicity, to be sure to prevent mischief. Here, friend, you can show us the place.
If you please, Mum, I will conduct you. David, you look this around to me.
Come, girls, the gentleman will exhort us. Come, sir, you're our envoy. Lead the way and we'll proceed.
Not a step before the ladies for the world.
You are sure you know the spot?
I think I can find it, Mum. And one good thing is, we shall hear the sound of pistols as we
Oh!
Never fear, Mum. Never fear.
Swords seen in the streets of Bath bring as much alarm as a mad dog. Confound Falkland. This is so much like him. Never punctual. Oh, the devil, here comes Sir Anthony. How shall I escape him?
How one may be deceived at a little distance. Only I can swear that was my son. Hey, God's life it is. Why, Jack. Jack Absolute. Yes?
Pray, sir, you seem to have the advantage of me. I'm Saunderson at your service.
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. I took you for a... Hey, it is! Why, Jack, what tricks are you up to now?
It's a joke, sir. A joke. I was just coming to see you.
What? You were coming to see me? Oh, well, I'm glad you did. Hey, what's all this? What you muffled up for?
Oh, 'tis cool, sir, isn't it? Very chilly, yes, but I was just going, sir.
Going? Going where? Thought you were looking for me. Where are you going?
Going, sir?
Yes. Where are you going?
Going?
Yes, where are you going?
I was going, sir, I was going to Lydia, sir. Yes, to Lydia, and I was coming to see you, sir, to,
Oh, to take me with you, I suppose. Well, come
Oh,
on.
no, zounds, no.
I was coming to you, sir, to see... Oh, it's rather chilly, sir. It's rather cool.
No, no, not at all, not at all. So, what will you say to Lydia?
Well, sir, I'll humour her, promise the vow, but it's very cool, sir. Consider the cold on your gout.
Not at all, not at all. Ah, you youngsters, once you are wounded here. Hey, what the deuce have you got here?
Nothing, sir, nothing.
What's that? There's something damn hard.
It's a trinket, sir, a trinket, sir. Bauble for Lord Lydia.
Trinkets? Baubles? Why, let me see your tape. Yes. Let me see your tape. Yes. What? Sounds? Trinkets? A bauble for Lydia? You're not going to slit her throat, are you?
I wasn't going to tell you till afterwards, sir. But I thought it would divert you. Just... yes. Well, you see, this is the very sort of trinket that would please Lydia. Being romantic, of course, very absurd, but if she was to refuse me, then I would unsheath it and fall upon its point.
Fall upon a fiddlestick's end? I'm sure that would be the thing that pleases her most, yes.
Yes, sir. Well, I must be going, but you shall hear of my success, and you shall hear, "Oh, Lydia, forgive me, or I shall fall upon the point," says I.
Oh, booby, says she. Now get away with your damn trinkets. Honestly, Jack.
Stop him! Stop him! Why did you stop him? Why did you stop him?
Stop who? Stop Jack?
I'm the captain, sir. There's murder and slaughter.
Murder?
I've been sea strategy. There's all kinds of murder, all sorts of slaughter to be seen in the field. There's fighting going on, sir. Bloody sword.
Who are going to fight, dunce?
Oh, everybody, yes, I know. Everybody's going to fight. My poor master, Sir Lucius O'Trigger, the captain, your son.
My son? Why? Oh, what? Do you know the place?
Kingston Field.
Do you know the way?
Not an inch, but I'll call the church warden and constables, aldermen, and beadle. You can't be too many to part them.
Come, give me your shoulder. Ah, Jack, what the history of his damn baubles and trinkets?
Zounds, Sir Lucius, are you sure it's not cocked?
Never fear.
It might go off of its own head.
Pray, be easy. When Alpha hits you in the body, my sword has a double chance, for if misses a vital part on your right, it'll be very hard if it misses on the left.
A vital part? Oh, my poor vitals.
Fix yourself, sir, and consider the broadside of your full front. There! Now a sword or two may pass clean through you. And not do any harm at all.
A sword or two clean through me, oh.
Aye, may they. There's much the genteelest attitude into the bargain.
Listen, Sir Lucius, I'd just as well be struck in a genteel position as an awkward one. So by my valor, I'll stand sideways.
Sure they don't mean to disappoint. Faith, I think I see them coming.
What? Coming?
Aye, who are those getting over the stile?
Oh, there are two of them indeed. But let them come, Sir Lucius. We won't run.
Run!
No, I say we won't run by my valor. Nothing, Sir Lucius. I just don't feel quite so bold as I did earlier.
Why consider your honour?
Oh, mercy!
Gentlemen, your most obedient Captain Absolute. So suppose you have come, just like myself, to do a kind office. First for your friend, then to proceed to business on your own account.
I'll keep Bob. Beverley's at hand.
What? Jack Absolute? My dear friend Jack!
I don't blame you saluting the gentleman civilly. So, Mr. Beverley, if you'd like to choose your weapons, the captain and I will measure the ground.
My weapons, sir?
I don't wish to fight Mr. Falkland. These are my particular friends.
What? Sir, did you not come here to find Mr. Akers?
Nay, not I, upon my word, sir.
Well, that's mighty provoking. But I hope, as there is three of us come on this game for this purpose, you won't be so cantankerous as to spoil the party.
Oh, pray, Falkland, why to oblige Sir Lucius?
Nay, what if Mr. Akers is so bent on the matter?
No, Mr. Falkland, I'll bear my disappointment like a Christian, and if it's the same to you, I'd as well be left alone.
Observe me, Mr. Akers. I must not be trifled with. You have obviously challenged someone, and you came here to fight him. Now, if that gentleman is willing to represent him, I can't see for my soul why it isn't just the same thing.
Nay, Sir Lucius, I'll be your second with all my heart.
Though, you are little better than a coward.
Mind, gentlemen, coward was the word. He calls me a coward.
Well, sir,
Well, coward may be said in joke, but if you'd have called me a poltroon,
well, sir,
well, I'd have thought you were a very ill-spoken gentleman.
though you are beneath my notice.
Hold so, Lucius, you cannot have a better second than my man Akers. Jerry Cow's a man a week, don't you, Bob? Pulled in the country, a fighting Bob.
Aye, at home.
Well, Captain, 'twas me must begin. So come out, my little counsellor, and ask the lady whether she will resign herself without forcing to proceed against her.
Well, sir, since you will not let it be an amicable suit, here's my reply.
Knock him down, sweet Sir Anthony. Knock down my master in particular, and bind his hands over to their good behaviour.
Put up, Jack, put up, or I shall be in a frenzy.
Sir, help me out without explaining this intention. You know, sir, I serve His Majesty.
You say you serve His Majesty? Then how durst you draw a sword against one of his servants?
I say, sir, he called me out without explaining his actions.
Did you, sir, call my son out without explaining your actions?
Your son, sir, insulted me in a manner which my honour could not brook.
How durst you insult this gentleman, Jack, in a manner in which he could not brook?
Come, let's have the wonder before the ladies. Captain Absolute, how could you intimidate us so? His Lydia has been terrified to death for you.
Well, I fear I shall be killed or escape now.
Nay, no delusions to the past. Lydia is convinced. Speak, child.
With your leave, ma'am, I believe I can interpret the young lady's silence. Now, Mark.
What is it you mean, sir?
Come, Delia, we must be serious. This is no time for trifling.
'Tis true, sir, and your reproof bids me offer this gentleman my hand, and solicit the return of his affections.
Oh, my little angel, says you so. Sir Lucius, I believe there must be some misunderstanding here. Huh? You know I could not fear to support a real injury. I ask for your pardon. As for the stake in claim in this lady, I stand by it against whatever man possible.
Well said, Jack, and I'll stand by you, my boy.
Aye. And I drop all my claims, and if I can't get a wife without fighting for her, why, by my soul, I'll live a bachelor.
Captain, give me your hand, and a front handsomely acknowledged soon becomes her obligation. As for the lady, if she'll choose to deny her own handwriting here.
Oh, you will dissolve my mystery. Sir Lucius, perhaps there's some mistake. Perhaps I can illuminate.
Pray, old gentleman, don't interfere where you have no business. Miss Languish, are you my Delia or not?
Indeed, sir, I'm not.
Sir Lucius, ungrateful as you are, I am the soft impeachment. Pardon my blushes. I am Delia.
You, Delia? Fo, be easy.
Why now, barbarous Van Dyke? Those letters are mine. When you are more sensible of my benignity, perhaps I may be brought to encourage your addresses.
Mrs. Malaprop, I'm extremely sensible of your condescension, and whether you or Lucy have put this trick upon me, I'm equally beholden to you. And Captain, to show you I'm not ungrateful since you took that lady from me, I will give you my Delia into the bargain.
Well, I thank you, Sir Lucius, but here's our friend Bob Akers unprovided for.
Ha ha, little fella, here, you'll make your fortune.
Odds, wrinkles. No, Sir Lucius, give me your hand. Forget and forgive. And if I ever give you the chance to pickle me again, just say Bob Akers is a dunce. That's all.
Come, Miss Malcolm, don't be too disheartened. You are yet in your bloom.
Oh, sir, these men are all barbarians.
He seems dejected and unhappy, not sullen. There was some foundation, however, for the tale he told. Oh, woman, how true should be your judgment when your resolution is so weak?
How can I sue for what I so little deserve? I dare not presume, yet hope is a child of penitence.
Oh, Falkland, you could not have been more faulty in your unkind treatment of me than I am now in want of inclination to resent him. As my heart honestly bids me, place my weakness to the account of love. I should be ungenerous not to admit the same plea for yours.
Ah, now I shall be blessed indeed.
Come, what's going on here? Not more quarrelling too, I warrant. Why, Julia, all the faults of my dear friend Falkland are due to his delicacy and warmth of affection for you. Come, marry him directly, and I'm sure you'll find he'll mend surprisingly.
Come now, I hope there's no dissatisfied person for what is content. So I've been dissatisfied myself. I'll find it very hard if I cannot have the satisfaction of seeing others succeed better.
Aye, and I wish happiness with all my heart to my friend Jack Absolute, and Mr. Falkland the same. Now, ladies, to prove I am neither vexed nor angry, why, I'll order the fiddles within half an hour to the new rooms, and I insist on you all meeting me there.
Here, here.
Gad's life, sir, I like your spirit. Yes. Come, and our single lads will drink a toast to the couples. Oh, and husband to Miss Malaprop, of course.
Our partners are stolid, Miss Jack. I hope to be congratulated by John. You also having checked the errors of an ill-directed imagination, which might have betrayed an innocent heart, and mine, by having by a gentleness so tender, performed the unhappy temper of one, who by it may wretched whom he loved most, and tortured the heart he ought to have adored.
Well, Falkland, it seems we have both tasted the bitters and the sweets of love. The only difference being you preparing the bitter cup for yourself, while I...
Was always obliged to me for it. Hey, Mr. Modesty. Well, come, no more of this. Our happiness is now as unallied as general.
Then let us study to preserve it, so, and let us.